The most underrated recent RS world record of all time. When you think of this question, there's a clear answer. What makes speedrunning records so insane is the mechanics. The run needs to look good and be played well. Ballsy decision making, decisions to save pace while selling out for a world record. The backstory, how long have you been grinding, how much have you earned this? And finally, to do it all on a seed that has no business being the world record. And this all applies to Nofear 724, and he did all this while getting the least views on a speedrun world record since Saggy Enderman. Now, before we get to that beautiful happy ending, we need to go through the weeds. This is the story of Nofear 1337. Nofear is a big Forsen fan, so he watched him speedrun and he thought he could do it too. His first run was uploaded, a 2:10 1.16 RSG run. Despite the slow time, throughout the run he shows off a solid mechanical foundation. But the first run, which we'll go in depth to, is his first sub 20. He plays on an island, which is not uncommon. This run was at a similar time as the 2-letter name world records, but what is a little uncommon is the fact that he went to 2 shipwrecks. He's still able to enter the nether at under 4 minutes, and takes a bit to run to his stables where he does good gap, entering the fortress at over 10 minutes. He mines out a spawner and kills blazes for 3 minutes, then blinds at good coordinates at 15 minutes. This is where the run speeds up a lot. He blinds at the stronghold only 100 blocks away. He boats, digs, and instant-nabs, and now he just needs a perch, and he gets it. In 1837, an insane endgame showed the promise of the runner that he would become, and he would improve quickly. This run starts out with a flat-out better seed, a 220 enter, getting him an instant bastion, who would actually enter the stronghold at under 13 minutes, giving him a chance to sub 15. But unfortunately, this did not happen, and would have to settle for a 1528. The next round would be a month later. He spawns in and plays a worse overworld, entering the nether slower. He instantly sees a fortress and plays it first. He takes a trek to the bastion, and it's a housing, saving time, and blinds at 9 minutes. It takes him 3 minutes to get to the stronghold, but when he does, he sees the portal room ocean exposed. But now, 3 months later, in his new skin, he finally breaks the sub 15 barrier. He plays a spruce village with a blacksmith and digs down, entering the nether at 3:30. He instantly sees a housing bastion, and mechanics like this show how he's flourishing as a runner. He pearls for a bit before entering the fortress at 8 minutes. He uses a low render distance to kill blazes, and while not getting good drops, he kills so many blazes so fast that he's able to blind sub 10. The stronghold is 500 blocks away, but this time, it's only ocean. He enters the portal room at a very similar time, just needing a purge. And he gets it, getting the first sub 15. He would also get a sub 13 shortly after this run, but we will look at his first sub 12. He leaves a shipwreck and swims to an underground lava pool, and for the nether spawn, after instantly getting 2 rods, the rates take a turn for the worse, and he only gets 4 over the next 2:30. He loses the housing and blinds at 7:30. The stronghold is far, but he enters on sub 11 pace. At this point, he was a top runner, and on January 28th, he would shockingly get a chance to not only sub 10, but break the record. He spawns in, makes a wood axe, and boats to the shipwreck. He enters the nether sub 2 and instantly sees another bastion. Once again, it's a housing. He routes it and enters the spawner at 4:30. In around 5 minutes, the run would kick into another gear. He blinds at 5:47. The stronghold is 300 blocks away, and he pearls once and is on course at 7 minutes. Notice how shaky he is. He is second portaling at 7:15, and the portal puts him above the stronghold. After digging down for 30 seconds, the record's dead, but he could still sub 10. That stinks. Well, he would rebound quickly and get a sub 11 the day after. But after that, while the record was still a 908 by cube, he would have another chance to break the record while getting a sub 10 in the process. This time, he scans for mathless buried treasure with entering the nether in a nearby ravine. He scans for the bastion, routes the housing, and pearls to the fortress at 4:20. He kills 6 blazes that all drop, and now he's blinding at 5:35. Then, he measures an eye, and the blind is 200 blocks. He runs to quartz and digs down. What a devastating ending. But then, finally, on August 20th, 2022, he'd finally break his long-standing 1041 PB. Nofear scans this weird buried treasure and does another good get, entering the fortress at 4:10. He kills blazes and is on 5 rods at 5:20. Unfortunately, he only has 10 obsidian and the struggle's 1,000 blocks away. He can swim with a dolphin, but gets mining fatigue when he enters the portal room. So, he needs to mine infested stone, and when he sees the 2-eye, he enters the end and now just needs a perch. It would take a bit before he got another insane run. Early on in this one, he goes back to what we saw early in the video. He gets a wood axe and loots a shipwreck, and is able to enter the nether at 1:30. He instantly sees a housing, gets his trades quickly, and enters the fortress in an insane 3 minutes. He kills strays at a spawner, getting the blind world record at 4:19. Now, we don't know what happened at the end of this run, but we can only assume it was not good. Nofear's next remarkable run would come on April 6th. By now, Xylonox holds the world record. He would loot a buried treasure and play a magma ravine, spotting a housing in the nether. He routes it and enters the fortress at 3:30. But with only 18 obsidian, he gets relatively average blazes and blinds at 5:40. The stronghold's only 300 blocks away. His first sub 9, pulling exactly 1 minute away from the world record. Over the next few months, he'd get a lot of quick blinds, but nothing more than that. It started to become a question if he would ever get on another great run. But if he got another great run, he has to pull through this time, no matter what goes wrong. Nofear spawns in and scans a buried treasure. While mining woods, he sees a ruined portal out of the corner of his eye. He boats to it, mines flint, enters the nether. In a lot of Nofear's other runs, he might spawn right next to the bastion, but in this run, he spawns relatively close, but still has to run a bit. When he enters the bastion, his game knowledge starts to show through as he's able to run through the treasure with no problem. He enters the fortress at 4:20. This pace is similar to a lot of the old runs that we've seen. We even saw a run that had him blinding at this time. But before he was shaky, before he was nervous, and now he was ready to play the best 3 minutes of Minecraft that he ever has before. He kills 2 blazes at a spawner with 1 dropping. Then he finds 4 strays, and they all drop, leaving the fortress on 5 rods. An insane decision. Because now there's only a 33% chance that he can enter the end. But doing this saves time, and that's what Nofear needs now. His home portal is above ground, saving time, and he pearls the coordinates, entering the stronghold on clear world record pace. Now, he just needs a 2-eye. He scans for the portal room, pearls through a hallway, and sees the 2 eyes that he needs. After that incredible run, Nofear took a long break. Not really. In the same month, Nofear spawns in and plays the buried treasure, entering the nether at 1:45. He sees a triple stables and a fortress. Entering the fortress at 4 minutes, he gets good rates and blinds at 5 minutes with 5 rods. And he makes his way to the stronghold and has an insane end split. Insane. 7:47. 1 month later, he enters the nether at 1:09 and instantly sees a housing bastion, routes it, and pearls to the fortress. He enters the fortress at 2:50, and he's pretty nervous. The blazes slow the run down, but he blinds at 3:30 with 3 rods. He's able to enter the stronghold at 5:45. Instant nap, but now he can't zero cycle. A little later, he took a speedrunning hiatus, but now we are so back. So to put an exclamation point on this return, we have our craziest run yet. Nofear loots a completable ruin portal, entering the nether instantly. He spawns on a bastion, gets trades, and enters the fortress at 3:10. And I will let the following footage speak for itself.
I'm leaving on fucking 5, I don't care. Bro! Bro, what? Bro! I have no explosive, bro. I have no fucking explosives. Bro! And it's a 0, right? Bro, what?
And that's the story of Nofear, and how he became an RSG legend. If you enjoyed this video, then good for you, I guess, and have a great day.